All aboard, it's Jang here with a look at the Playmobil Castle Ghost with rainbow LEDs. Now this is actually from the Playmobil Knights series, so it represents something from the medieval times, which is why they call it the Castle Ghost. It's supposed to be the ghost that either protects part of the castle from intruders, something that they've suggested in their own descriptions, or just, haunts the inhabitants at night. It's a very devious looking ghost. He doesn't look mean per se, he just looks cantankerous is what I would say for that face on him. Now if you see a little bit of flickering in the lights here that I've got on, that's not something that's actually visible to the human eye. That's something that's picked up by the camera, and I'm very familiar with how cameras work, and I've done a lot of experimentation to try to minimize that, but it's ultimately just a result of the fact that I'm using LED lights here in my studio, and that also uses an LED light, and those actually do flicker, and the human eye is not able to see it, but the camera is able to pick it up. This actually has two modes for the LED inside. This is one mode, the rainbow LED effect. However, there is a second effect. If you want to make it look a little bit more traditional, push the button on the base just one more time. Switches over to this mode where it's just kind of glowing. It just fades in and out, and it just stays white in color. Now this does have the ability to move the arms up and down. You're also able to rotate the hands around side to side like that. So it has pretty much the standard articulation for a Playmo figure. The keys are something that you can just imagine it rattling around. It's also got the ball and chain on the back of it. There's a little bit of texture that's actually built into the sheet of this, so it's kind of looking like it's torn. You see a tear there. There's a tear up here as well. And you may notice that this is not just a perfect white color. It's actually a little bit translucent, first of all, to let the light come through, but it also will glow in the dark a little bit. You really need to put a lot of bright light on it to really charge it up, and then take it immediately into an area where you have no light whatsoever to really be able to see that. It glows really well under a black light, but if you have any light in the area and your eyes have not adjusted to darkness, then you're really not going to see the glow all that much. It really needs to be taken into full darkness. It's just kind of an issue with most glow-in-the-dark things nowadays, to make them a little bit more safe for long-term use around kids, and especially if something's going to potentially get chewed on by even younger kids. They want to keep them safe, and some of the materials that cause things to glow in the dark are not that safe, so they minimize the amount of it, and as a result, it's not the most glow at night, but it's actually pretty cool. If you're able to take it directly from a bright room into a room that's completely closed up at night, then that gives it a pretty nice little effect. But this is just so inexpensive to get one of these. It doesn't cost much more than just a regular figure, maybe about the same cost as a couple of figures together. And it has that built-in electronic effect, which I think is pretty cool. I think it looks good just on display, just by itself. And of course you can use it in any kind of context you want. You can use it as a Halloween decoration. You can use it as something to haunt an abandoned area of a Playmo city, or the upper level of a building, in any kind of era. Ghosts just always work. And you can see this as being a mean ghost. You can see it as being a friendly ghost if you want to. A lot of different ways to play with this, and really to bring the imagination to bear with this. So I think it's pretty cool, and I'm really glad that they made this. I personally don't like the rainbow color effect that much. I feel like it just doesn't really go with ghosts. I like the white glow. I think that the little bit of glow in the dark effect that it has is nice, but even just seeing this by itself with the lights turned off and in the full light in the daytime still looks pretty cool. And that little bit of greenishness, a little greenish tinge to it, helps as well. Almost makes it look like it's ethereal even during the day. So I'm happy with this one, more so than I expected to be. and I'm looking forward to hearing what you think about it. So thank you very much for watching. Thank you in advance for your feedback and comments down below. I'll talk to you again soon.